happiest of Saturdays to you wherever you are in the world. We are at the beach. That is the iconic Huntington Beach Pier, and this is the Lexus Vert Pro. XGames deciding to partner up with the World Surf League. Let's smash up some skateboarding on the vert ramp and some high-level professional qualifying surfing and see what happens. You're looking at a joyous vert ramp under blue skies, surrounded by people on both sides, the Pacific Ocean right outside of us. Selema Masekela joined to my left by the one and only Amelia Brodka. Listen, Amelia, you've been busy. You were in France just a couple of days ago, sharing the gospel of skateboarding with the world, and then we just watched the women. You came off a plane straight here, and we watched Reese Nelson and the women set this beach on fire.
Absolutely worth coming back and rushing to this vert contest, because this is where the progression and transition is happening in real time. And we just saw that with Reese Nelson, just progressing each and every run, doing tricks nobody is doing. The burger breakfast to the breakfast burger.
Incredible. And the stage has been set for the men. They're going to have to raise the bar. Understand the assignment. Look at these names: RONY, GOMES, Shea Donovan, AJ Nelson, a first-timer, PAUL-LUC, RONCHETTI, Rob Lorifus, KREINER, JD Sanchez, Elliot Sloan, Gui Khury, Mitchie Brusco, and the one and only James Dynamite Jimmy Wilkins. 7 gold medals at XGames history. Arguably the most stylish human being on any board in any sport. He recently did an episode of The Bomb Hole, a snowboarding podcast, because they just wanted to be like, tell us how. How can we get this Steez over here in the snow? He's so humble about his abilities, that style, and a fierce competitor.
And he's got a huge bag of tricks to throw that style onto. I mean, just the way that he's able to manipulate board and body to put it all together. It is poetry.
Truly a beautiful thing. You have to know nothing about skateboarding to appreciate the magic of James Wilkins. But let us meet the rest of the field, shall we? As we throw it up to the grand ambassador of vert skateboarding and the proudest son Australia ever made, one Mr. Jason Ellis.
Yay. Thank you, Selema. Hey, Huntington Beach, are you ready to go or what? The greatest vert skateboarders that have ever lived in the history of the universe are here today to compete for glory and to meet me. Okay, that last bit was a lie, but the rest of it is true. At the top of the order, everybody, we have RONY GOMES from Brazil. And he's got skills. Then we got Shea Donovan. Only 26, I had no idea, Shea. AJ Nelson, who loves his brain. That's why he's got that helmet on. PAUL-LUC RONCHETTI, make some noise for PAUL-LUC, everybody, right for Creature. And then the Lord, Rob Lorifus. KREINER up next. Good to see him on the ramp. And then we got a young guy, man, 15, JD Sanchez. Make it up for JD, everybody. Elliot Sloan. One of the greats out there, the Mega Ramp King these days, Elliot Sloan. And then we got Gui Khury. Everybody make some noise for Gui Khury. One of my good friends, one of my favorite skateboarders. Give it up for Mitchie Brusco. And then the most stylish skateboarder that has ever lived. I mean, maybe Chris Miller, Christian Osoy, but seriously, at this point, it's the man, everybody. Jimmy Wilkins, make some noise. All right, just so everybody knows, these guys got 4 rides, 30 seconds each. They put that ride together, they get the gold.
Thank you, Jason. And, you know, Jimmy Wilkins, I talked about 7 medals at 30 years of age. Here's young Gui Khury, 15 years of age, already has 3 gold medals, and every time he skates, he's making history.
Absolutely. I mean, he did a body burial 900 on the 25th anniversary of Tony Hawk's first 900, and he's just bringing so much innovation to this field, not only with how much he can spin, but he's increasing his technical abilities on the coping with his lip tricks as well, so really putting it together.
Let's go fly with a huge McTwist 540 to start things off from RONY GOMES in his signature glasses. One of the happiest human beings you'll meet on a vert ramp.
Definitely. Also incredibly consistent. A heel flipper of sorts. Doing a varial flip indie. Oh, no, doing it to fakie that time. He actually made it into the finals at Tony Hawk's Vert Alert, and he did it like that, doing the switch heel flip frontside air. Such a technical way to start.
If you've been following the Olympics, it's been a great week for the glasses community. I forget the name of the young man on the U.S. men's gymnastics team who absolutely crushed the pommel horse, but Ronny Gomez, another example of glasses athleticism in full motion out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. Gets a score of 80 right off the bat, testing the judges to be like, hey, set the level high, I'm here.
Absolutely. I mean, putting together so many flip tricks in his run and going big on those first few walls, that's definitely going to make him stand out.
And what does that do for your confidence in your first of 4 runs when you get a full pull of that style?
I mean, you can only build from there, so it's a great way to start. Another great way to start is 540 right off the roll-in.
Oh, Shay Donovan, also from Sao Paulo. Excuse me, from Salida, Colorado, which is far from Sao Paulo. So far.
It's a little far, but he actually helped get a skate park built in his community with help from the Skate Park Project. So certainly making things happen on and off the board for skateboarders.
Here's AJ Nelson. It's his first X Games event ever from Kokomo, Indiana.
The thing to really appreciate about AJ is his ability to stand on his hands mid-invert and do all kinds of variations while inverted. But doing an alley-oop rock and roll slide might look easy, but it's so technical. Wow, that's the beginning of what I'm talking about. He can really stay up there and take it to fakie.
Coolest helmet, by the way, in the game. And straight to a hug for Jason Ellis. We'd love to see it. Pint-sized power out of Indiana. AJ Nelson. We look forward to more.
Definitely a good way to start. Just end up back on the deck. But that is just a sneak preview of the invert variation.
Just a glimpse, huh? AJ Nelson doing what all skateboarders do when they eventually do, but for some reason, move to San Diego. Oh, what's that? You're really good? Get to San Diego immediately.
That's where vert skating lives.
PAUL-LUC Ronchetti.
Also making the move to San Diego, but all the way from England many years ago.
Yeah, about 100 miles from northeast London is where he's from. Oh, look at the glory and glide of that kickflip indie.
360 flip as well. His style is just to perfection. Everything is stopped. His feet are always in the right place.
Style.
Huge Madonna.
And how about that big power, the way he pops off the lip. Oh, right then. I'm sorry. That was my fault, PAUL-LUC.
Ah, that was the wind. That was the wind. It is a little bit breezy, which doesn't always help when you're flipping your board as much as PAUL-LUC Ronchetti does.
PAUL-LUC works as a buyer at a surf shop called Surf Ride in Oceanside, where ironically was my first job.
Wow.
Was at that same surf shop a long time ago. We are happy to see the one and only Rob Lorfis from Encinitas, California, back in competition at an X Games event. We haven't seen him since 2018. It's just so nice to see him.
And he hurt his knee in practice. He could barely walk just an hour ago. So the fact that he was able to put that many walls down, I think he's even surprised by that, because he told me that he was maybe going to do one air and then just call it. But
I think he's just so joyful to be back in the mix.
You never know what he's going to do. When he jumps in, you need to scream. I don't care if I can tell tomorrow. Do you? Because I don't care. And this is my job. Is this your job? No. You need to. I need to tell tomorrow. You don't. You can just have a day off on a Sunday and relax. I'm going to have no voice. I don't care. Look, put me in myself. Let's go. Stand up.
And welcome back during the break, Clay KREINER. Who we talk about the style of Jimmy Wilkins, but Clay KREINER is right there in one of those arguably most stylish human beings on a vert ramp. Was in the middle of a great run, had a fall. Maybe we'll try to show you some highlights a little bit later, but we look forward to more from Clay KREINER. And here he is rolling in, 15 years of age, first XGames event from Waianae, Hawaii. J.D. Sanchez, this kid. Look at the steez.
Wow, the way that he was able to do that kickflip frontside air and get it back onto his feet was just so impressive. And then doing it to Weddle.
Oh!
Heel flip and varialing the board. Oh my gosh, just the combination here. The cab, kickflip, Indy. Throwing in a nice low-see there for style.
How's that for your casual first run ever at an X Games event here at the Lex Games, if you will, the Lexus X Games Vert Pro. But it's no surprise, he won Tampa at the beginning of the year. Also got second at Jackalope, so he's been coming, but the casual nature of his power and style at 15.
And the trick selection at as well, being able to mix up all those different flip tricks from each and every wall. That's going to do a lot for his score. And that, there we go, 85.
We love it. Elliot Sloan, somehow or another, is the oldest dude on the vert ramp. It was not long ago that he was the youngest when he got to X Games in 2010. But what he's been able to do, not just in the vert ramp, but on Mega, it's a joy to see Elliot somehow hanging out on his feet on that kickflip melon. Been battling back injuries that didn't allow him to compete in Ventura, but I talked to him just before we went on air, and he said, I'm good and stoked to be here.
And he just dropped an incredible video part for Monster. You definitely need to watch it. He even made the song for it called An Ode to Rune. And it's just such a progressive transition skating part.
I take it
that so much.
That Ode to Rune being Glyphberg.
I imagine so.
Yeah, he's not afraid to shred behind the DJ tables as well as on guitar. Here's Gui Khury with a monster alley-oop 5, the kickflip Indy to start things off again, 15 years of age.
Doing a nice Indy 5, heel flip frontside air, doing the varial flip Indy. Oh! Kickflip body varial 5. Then doing the lip slide, keeping it going. Kickflip Indy 540, kickflip Indy to fakie. Solid first run for Gui Khury. A man who knows how to work the crowd.
He is a young showman. Saw him watching the WSL event a little bit earlier today with his mom and dad, and I asked him how he was doing, Amelia. He said, I'm really, really, really nervous. Like, I hardly slept last night.
Wow.
I said, what? He said, yeah, every contest, I'm terrified. But at this point, I'm just trying to see it as a good thing. You know who doesn't look nervous ever in a vert ramp? That was my fault. Commentator's curse. Mitchie Brusco, sorry.
Well, Mitchie, that's just a sneak preview of what we're going to see because he's been putting these incredible runs together during practice. And I think we're in for a treat.
Yeah. Huntington Beach, luckiest place you could be in right now in the world, as Jimmy Wilkins. Just watch the magic.
That alley-oop tail grab traveling the opposite way that he's spinning is just so beautifully executed. And then the 540 ollie. He is the only one to be making it look that good and doing it that big. Go grab.
He makes it look like a backside ollie.
Oh, going for the Mackenzie. We saw him do that at the X Games Ventura event, the 720 tail grab fakie. Trying to throw it into this front as well. It's so blind landing that trick.
Only the one of two people, him and Alex Perlson, have done it on a vert ramp. He was the first one to do it in competition. Uncommon fall. The 15-year-old, though, is our current leader. Will it be the first first time he beats Jimmy at an X Games event. Hang in there here at the Lex Games. We'll be back. Welcome back to the Lexus Vert Pro at the U.S. Open of the Surfing here in Southern California. Salema Masekela and Amelia Brodka with you, with the intersection of all of Orange County and the 909 right here on the beach. 4 runs in, and there he is, the young showman. Gui Khury currently in the lead. But remember, 4 runs, we only got 1 down. Amelia, your thoughts?
Well, seeing the way that he ended that run, I think that was also an indication that he's got more in the bag. I mean, we usually see him do way more spins in his runs. So I think he just put that, I'm not gonna call it a safety run, because that was not safe by any means.
Are you insinuating that we might see a 900 today?
I think that he could do that pretty easily, actually. He's done many variations. He's done the Judo 9,
right?
Done the Body Varial 9.
True.
And all of them on a vert ramp this size.
All right, well, we can only hope as RONY GOMES climbs to what the vert ramp version of a WWE top rope. The giant roll-in to soar with a massive 540 to big frontside air. Tail grab 540.
And the melon 540. Putting on a 540 clinic here. Heel flip frontside air. Varial flip bendy. Oh! 360 kickflip bendy landing fake for that frontside cab there. Just coming off of it.
What I love about RONY is that every time he takes a slam, he goes to save the glasses first before the body. That is intellectual power.
Well, if your glasses break, they might break your face.
Exactly.
I unfortunately know from experience. I've had to have stitches on my face due to a glasses incident.
The more you know. Thank you, Amelia Brodka, for your actual lived experience.
Oh, doing it this time. The kickflip melon. Shea Donovan, he's back in.
He is back in.
Nice frontside air. Oh no, just missing the kickflip Indy. Something he can literally do with his eyes closed. And he knows it, you can tell by the look on his face, but he's got 2 more runs, and only the best run counts in this format, so you get 4 attempts at your best score.
Shea Donovan, we look forward to more, because a full 30 seconds for him will put him up there hunting towards that top spot. As AJ Nelson, manual up and over.
Oh, and doing the boneless in. I love that he's in this. We get to see some flair and creativity. Oh my gosh, that was so well done. And doing the Cavallarial rock slide alley-oop, that doesn't even make sense.
Calculated, reckless, abandoned. That's the only way that I can describe watching AJ Nelson. Come on, poke it out like you mean it.
Oh, and doing the pogo, rock and rolling it in. And I don't know what that is, but he's doing it.
AJ Nelson, I want to be your friend. I feel like AJ Nelson's someone you want in your friend posse.
Absolutely.
Like you want AJ Nelson in your car on the way to the concert.
Yeah, he's just such a sweetheart. A joy to skate with, be around, and of course, to watch skate, just making things up as he goes and making them look good.
Both Indiana and Claremont, California are very pleased right now. As we await the young lad from Wymondham, England, near Norfolk. By the way, the people who live there are like, that's not our accent. And I would like to apologize to them. PAUL-LUC, Ronchetti.
Currently sitting in 4th, just looking at that podium. And it's certainly within his reach because he's got a tricks.
Gave you the 2 for the price of 1 there with the backside air Indy. How's the power?
Oh! No one does judos like that. Nice kickflip, and he really using every square foot of this ramp. Nice body jar. Oh, the Nar jar! The flying jar! That is so dangerous.
electric at the beach.
It is not chill at all. Kickflip Indy to fakie, and that is going to be such a solid score for Ronchetti.
He literally could use a bigger vert ramp. Made it look like a mini. Look at that judo.
I love the backlit with the sunlight. So photogenic right there.
Wow. That's gotta be a big score.
Not looking like he's cracking the podium based on what we're seeing on the screen.
Well, that's why I'm not a judge, because my emotions get in the way. As Rob Lorfus, he came in, nice little heel flip on the front side wall. He came and saw us. He said, my knee does not feel good.
But he
running on adrenaline.
He's putting it together. Multiple flip tricks so far. Everything executed so well. Oh, going for the rodeo. You can see the way that he's not really knee sliding. He just kind of like butt slid out. You can tell.
Yeah, Rob.
He's guarding that.
Welcome back. We're happy to see him back in his happy place.
He works at a treatment center, helping other people get clean and work through mental health issues. Such a good man.
Indeed. Clay KREINER, you literally missed his first run because we were at commercial. We apologize.
But it's been way too long since we've seen Clay KREINER at a contest, and we have been missing out because this is a thing of beauty. Unfortunately, didn't quite get the grab on that kickflip Indy. But Clay's got medals in so many disciplines, whether it's mega ramp or vert. Such a treat to watch.
Splits his time between Vista, California and Haleiwa on the island of Oahu. His girlfriend is the incredible Honolulu Bloomfield, women's longboard champion of the WSL. Speaking of Hawaii, it's JD Sanchez.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
Blasting. Oh my God.
The pride of Waianae. Look at this kid.
Beautiful kickflip frontside air. So many flip trick variations so far. Oh my gosh. So many varial kickflip, heel flip, everything. Oh, and there's the cap kickflip Indy.
Outstanding for Daniel Kamanakai Sanchez.
He's making these technical tricks look so easy, but I assure you that they are not.
You know what his secret is? Homeschooling.
I thought it was that he had over 250 vinyl records in his music collection.
That too. Homeschool and vinyl get you to the top of the vert world. Elliot Sloan also probably has, I would guess he probably has 1,000 records as a DJ. That's not what he wanted from his first roll. As our young leader from Curitiba, Brazil, Amelia mentioned potentially we could see a 900. The ramp had enough. Now we have 540 to start it off for Gui Khury.
Traveling so far on that alley-oop 5 just almost doesn't make sense. I mean, he's spinning the opposite way that he's traveling. Oh, just coming off on the kickflip body varial 5.
It's funny, you know, Gui Khury, mentored by Ronnie Gomez, Jimmy Wilkins, when he was young, he told Jimmy, he's like, I'm gonna be you one day. And now Jimmy's probably going like, ugh.
I taught him too much.
Might have given you too much of the force, young man. Mitchie Brusco.
He can absolutely upset the podium here.
It wouldn't even be an upset. Like, once you get into Gui, Jimmy, and Mitchie, it's just who's having the best day.
That's a really good point, Salema. Any of these individuals could win this contest. Oh, yes, putting it together. And now going to fakie. Mitchie Brusco. The win has eluded him for way too long. Can we see it here today?
But kickflip varial 5? What?
Just that was a best trick not too long ago.
Indeed. If you're not following his Skate IQs, by the way, on Instagram, at Skate IQ, he literally breaks down every trick known in skateboarding, and you watch him teach people how to find tricks. It's the best. I think it's the best thing on the internet as far as like if you want to really learn about skateboarding. Well, here's James Wilkins.
Huge 540. Oh no, just missing the flick on that kick flip.
That was un-Wilkins-like.
You know, I'm gonna blame it on the wind again.
Yeah,
So it can't be his fault, it's possible.
it has increased since the women's event. The wind has increased. Well, Gui Khury still in the lead. Can he hang on and get his first win over Jimmy? Stay with us. Welcome back to the Lexus Vert Pro at the U.S. Open of surfing, seagulls and blue skies and humans flying through the universe. Gui Khury currently in first place after 2 runs. And right off the bat, this kid said, I'm here for it. That big, giant alley-oop 540 to start things off. And you say he's got more in the tank.
Absolutely. I mean, his first run was really, really good with the kickflip body varial 5 and so many different kickflip variations. But he is a spinner, this man. He has multiple 900 variations, and I'm sure that we are going to see some of those today.
All right. We are back up to the top here in run 3 with Sao Paulo's very own Ronny GOMES. Just a joy to be around. This kid, he loves skateboarding.
Yeah, he actually helps Vert events happen out in Sao Paulo, hosts them on his own ramp. So certainly keeping the scene going internationally and keeping this run going. Such a strong run so far from Ronny. He's going for his signature switch heel flip frontside air. We saw that in the first run. He was trying to upgrade it with a few added technical tricks there. He will have another shot.
We look forward to it. As in rolls Shea Donovan from Salida, Colorado, originally also a ripping snowboarder.
Oh, no.
And he's having a tough one.
Oh,
Come on,
okay.
Shea. We got glimpses in the first run, right? Almost a full pull.
He is such a talented skateboarder. He's got so many really incredible tricks, like flip tricks with no grab. And I really want to see him do those in his runs.
I do too. We can only hope. As in comes, I would say the real crowd pleaser, the showstopper, if you will, AJ Nelson.
Wow, just sitting up there on that invert. And the way he does that crail slide with so much style. Oh, God, perfect twist. I think he's only landed those in competition, but really trying to step it up there on his 3rd run. And the only man to be rolling in over the coping to start his run.
Which, put that in the context of what can go wrong. As well, hold on, let's just pause right here for this moment of glory. Just up there for a year. Just like hanging out. Yeah, the stakes on the roll-in, drop-in.
It's, oh my gosh, death-defying, honestly. You don't time it right, and you are falling 14 feet to your hip.
That does not sound like something I would wish on someone I didn't like.
Same.
PAUL-LUC RONCHETTI doing it for the beach.
This man can tweak every trick in any direction. Just so much control. And so many flip trick variations. 360 kickflip Indy.
How dare he grab and pull that back in?
Seriously. Now doing the regular kickflip Indy, doing a big old frontside ollie, heel flip Indy. Oh, going for the 360 varial, just missing it. We did see him do a Narjar in his first run, which is just also a trick where the stakes are really high. I mean, you're spinning 540 and you got to hit the tail on the way in. If you miscalculate that, I don't even want to think about consequences.
If the trick, look at this. How he got that under his feet is beyond me. But basically, if a trick starts with Nar, like if it's got Nar at the beginning of the title, that means you better be well insured. Here comes Rob Lorifus, the happy big man out of Encinitas, California. Found himself out of skateboarding for a little while, battling substance, was able to get clean and sober, has been since 2019. As you mentioned earlier, now working in a treatment center, helping other people battle addiction. He's got a beautiful young baby daughter at home, a 3-year-old, and we are just so happy to see him back in the vert ramp in competition.
And he's been skating stronger than ever. Just such a joy to see. Another joy to see is Clay KREINER back in the mix. Big old stale fish, trying to lay that knee down on the board. So much power in his skating right here. Nice solid kickflip Indy.
A very great follow on the Instagram.
Oh, you will not be disappointed. Oh, yes, the body barrel 540. Oh, leg shove to end the run.
Wait! How? Look, Vinci Brusco just dropped in, ran across to be like, I'm so happy you're alive.
I mean, to be able to be mid-ollie and make your board do a shove it and then catch it with your feet again and set it down on the 14-foot vert ramp at the end of your run.
The last part that you mentioned, catch it, because that was the catch of death.
It was just so
it
well.
Was late shove, and then just like a half his heel was just begging to be like, please stay on, stay on.
That man is fearless.
Wow.
Oh, and he climbs his way up to 3rd place.
Judges' approval with an 82. The entire deck, everyone is just like, they're bowing to Clay KREINER. And all this does is raise the level. This is when we start to get into the rarefied air during the competition. JD Sanchez, again, this is his first X Games event. And he's like, I'm just gonna go 9 to 10 feet as much as I can.
Oh my gosh, the kickflip body barrel 5. Ran into a beautiful alley-oop lean air and the kickflip frontside air. Nice fast plant. Kickflip weddle. Oh! It's like, I think it's gonna go heel flip Indy, but then he takes it over to Stalefish. Oh my gosh, the 720, increasing the difficulty level. I don't know what just happened or why he jumped off on that, but up to that point, that run was so good.
It looked like he was going back 50 and then it was gonna do something out of that.
Yeah, like a shove it or something.
Yeah, which would be like absurd.
That would be absurd.
But when you're 15, I guess it's not. But that run was gorgeous. Look at the size of his tail grab 5.
Just blasting and traveling the distance. And the way that he throws those body varials in everywhere. Just so...
And the way he seems to just like hang out at the top like Michael Jordan about to dunk. Like he's just in the air, like tongue out, being like, yay!
He's got time up there.
He's got time. Says he's been working on a 900 and it's close. All right, Elliot Sloan.
He's hosted X Games at his house because he has a mega park and a vert ramp, and he flies. So many X Games medals under his belt. Going the distance on the Indy 5.
Yeah, talk about a veteran. 16 medals, 21 X Games. In fact, this year, with that back injury, was the first time that he was unable to start at X Games since 2008.
Wow.
So he comes into this event just happy to, literally joyful to be here and be back in the mix. Here's Gui Khury. Amelia told you earlier that he likes to spin. He's got plenty of rotations in him. Is there 900 possibility? Would he be so audacious?
I love that he's just throwing all these flip tricks into his run, including the kickflip body varial 5. Going right to a lip slide. Oh, going for the kickflip Indy 5. Kickflip Indy to fakie. Indy 7.
Why?
Wow.
Why must you be so good, young man?
So that was even better than his first run, scoring a 93.5, maintaining that first place lead.
And here's the thing about Gui. I like how he's not listening to me and like throwing around 900s, because he knows that James Wilkins is still behind him, and you gotta do as much as you can to pad the lead. And he went absolutely ham-boned in this run.
So many flip trick variations, and throwing in the 720 at the end there, grabbing Indy.
And what's required, you know, in the setup across the flat bottom when the run is that, like, we don't talk about that part about how things can go wrong just across the flat bottom setting up for these different flip tricks.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing a kickflip Indy to fakie, and then you have to set your feet up for 720, that's a lot of work.
Mitch Ibrusco.
Once again, this man has tried to go for the win for so many years, and he can do it. He will have one more shot.
He felt the wind on that kickflip 5, and he was way up there. Woo! Woo, woo, woo. All right, James, Dynamite Wilkins. If you're wondering where he gets his grace from, his mom, Anna Dare, was a ballerina with the Royal Danish Ballet, which is one of the most celebrated ballet companies in the world. That's where the grace is in his DNA, Amelia.
I am so glad that he chose skateboarding, because it is just so beautiful the way that he does each and every trick. Like, 540, he just travels so far, and he's got so much control over the board. No grab necessary. Oh, going for the Mackenzie right there.
There's no safety.
No safety run. No, he is going all out. He wants the win.
One more riding for all these competitors. This is where everybody no matter what they did.
Gui Khury came out hot in his first run and has only raised the bar. Will we see a 900 from him in his final run? I hope so. Welcome back, friends. The Pacific Ocean has never been happier as the Lexus Vert Pro at the US Open of Surfing is taking place, and it's just nothing but ripping here in the men's vert final. Gui Khury currently at the top. We told you about Jimmy Wilkins at the top, that it was his to lose, and young Gui said, excuse me, but I'm on a heater this summer, and I'm not showing any signs of slowing down.
Well, we haven't seen Jimmy put down the run that he wants to do here. So I think a lot can change. We haven't seen Mitchie put down the run he wants to do here either. So I am sensing that these last runs will be really, really exciting.
It's gonna be the battle for all of the skate marbles here on the beach. And keep note, the wind has been increasing at the end of the day. We have something in surfing called the glass off, where the wind dies, but for some reason in Huntington, as later in the day, the more the wind starts to howl. So we'll see how that affects these riders, as it's not having an ill effect on that tail F5 from Ronnie Gomez.
He has just been hanging on all these runs. Wow, that heel flip frontside air didn't flip all the way, and he just fixed it with his hand. That just shows you true mastery. His first run was his best one of the day. A great showing for Ronnie out here.
Yeah, he really set the tone. Salute to Ronnie Gomez.
It's not easy to be the first one to go and to land a full run. That's quite a feat.
I couldn't imagine it. It's why I chose the microphone, Amelia. Never have to ever think about that.
All right,
Shea Donovan needs a full pull. He's given us glimpses of possibilities.
nice kickflip Melon. That one's gotten away from him before. Melon 540. Just getting away from him again.
Thank you for the style, sir. We appreciate it.
You know, that's the thing about skateboarding. It doesn't always go as planned. Actually, it rarely goes as planned.
That part. Professional fallers, as Tony Hawk once described it. You got to learn to fall a lot to learn to make a run. As we await what kind of upside down coping festival, high speed, manual deck party we are going to get from AJ Nelson.
We're going to see something special right now. Yes, the ho-ho! Oh my gosh! Can he make it?
Come on.
Off with an eggplant roll away off that ho-ho, but wow, standing up.
Standing ovation for that man. A hero. You thought gymnastics competition only took place in Paris this week. AJ Nelson said no. Let me show you degree of difficulty.
He was up there for a hot minute. Just to be able to do that. I mean, this ramp is 14 feet tall, mind you. To be upside down like that, on the edge of it.
On the edge of a vert ramp. Your favorite yoga teacher could never.
Definitely.
Hero. That dude is a hero. Like I said, I want him in the car on the way to the concert. Like we're getting hyped up for the party. That's who you want to party with.
Why don't you just take him in your car to the concert after this?
I am.
After this.
Bring in PAUL-LUC, RONCHETTI with me.
Oh. Trying to go for that varial 5.
Great showing from him. Again, I don't think this vert was big enough for him. We'll have to order up something double the size next year for PAUL-LUC. As Rob Lorfis, his last run.
He thought he couldn't even take one run, and here he is.
The adrenaline kicked in, healing, power, and style. Welcome back. We look forward to plenty more of Rob Lorfis in future events. Play KREINER. Ready to dance.
Sitting in third after that last run with the late shove. Wow, really putting that knee down on that stale fish. 2 540s back to back. Oh, going for the 360 flip there, not quite getting the rotation he was looking for.
Well, we can just hope that he gets to stay on the podium. I remember at the top of the show, I said, man, don't count out. We talk about Jimmy Wilkins style, but Clay, man, he's that dude.
When he puts it down, it's truly something special.
It really is.
Speaking of something special, though.
Shady SANCHEZ. Oh, the island of Oahu is smiling. Hawaiian eyes like, that's our guy.
Wow, the way that he's able to just dance around with that varial kick flipping into all sorts of variations. I can't even comprehend what he's doing from wall to wall right now. And ending with a 720.
Landed in the flat bottom. That was ridiculous.
Wow, just such a solid run from him there.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
I don't even understand understand what happened just now, because the amount of trickery, the barrage of technicality that just went down from one wall to the next was absurd.
He just hangs out at the top, looks around, like, oh, okay, I'll put this under my feet. Put this one too.
Or I'll varial it, and then I'll put it on my feet.
That was
Why not?
absurd. And look at that, a 92! JD Sanchez currently sitting in second place at his first ever X Games event, the Lexus Vert Pro. Talk about making an entrance.
But this man can easily disrupt that podium.
Elliot Sloan knows how to do it.
Kickflip backside air, poking out that frontside air. The amount of height and distance this man travels with each and every trick, including that Indy 5. Tweaking that lean.
I believe that he does the most gorgeous Indy 540 in the game.
Oh no, going for the Indy 7, just missing it.
Well, we're happy to see Elliot Sloan just healthy again and able to compete at the level that we know he can and that he wants to.
Definitely, but for him, it's not all about the competition. Make sure you check out that video part, because it will melt your mind.
Here comes Gui Khury. In first, again, Jimmy Wilkins still to go, as well as Mitchie Brusco. Alley-oop 40, alley-oop 5 to start.
There it is, wow, he made it look so easy. The way he did that 900.
Listen.
Kickflip body varial 5, still keeping it going. Lip sliding.
Keep it going,
Kickflip Indy 5, oh no! Not completing that run.
Amelia, it's not that I'm a prophet, but I did say that he was going to do a 900 in his last run.
Perhaps you are a prophet.
I've just been around 15-year-olds who just don't know how to, like, keep it in check. That was absurd. And imagine if he would have pulled that.
I know that's not going to increase his lead, and Jimmy Wilkins is still to come. Can Gui hold on to that first place position?
Just on that, staying on that 93.5. But that was amazing. Give the people what they want, Gui Khury. Muito obrigado, we say to him. As Mitchie Brusco, he's showing us full glimpses of podium possibilities. This is a man who has 3 X Games gold medals of his own.
Big slaw bear. He's got 900s in the bag as well. But I think at this point, he just wants to land a full pull. Oh, no, not going to happen for him here.
Nonetheless, a big salute to Mitchie Brusco. And like you said at the beginning, you said Sundays it's not your day on a vert ramp. Most days. That's why we're watching the highest level.
That's right.
There's Gui Khury. Stoked that to know that he's still in first place. Jimmy is the only person who can take him out. As he just looks focused.
Oh, that alley frontside ollie is just gorgeous. Oh no! Jimmy Wilkins not completing a run here. That is so unlike him.
And with that, there is our winner, Gui Khury. I talked to him earlier today. I said, man, what's it been like this summer? And he said, Salema, I'm not used to winning. But this summer, like, I've been doing a lot of it, but I'm not used to it.
He's just increased the amount of power that he has, and he's added some lip tricks into his game and some flip tricks as well. So he's kind of known how to change his approach to really keep coming back for that podium.
Jason Ellis, Gui Khury is not allowed to say he's not used to winning anymore.
All right, so Salema just told me that you're not allowed to say that you're not used to winning anymore, because you win too much. So don't play it down, all right? You are really, really good. And it's okay to admit it. You're really, really good. It's okay. Don't be shy. You're incredible. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your winner, Gui Khury. Your first ride, you were on top, and then you just cruised for the rest of it. But what makes a 900? You don't do one, and then you do one. Are you nervous before? Because I know this ramp was a little harder for you today than usual, and I didn't see you do 9s all the time. What are you thinking when you're like, okay, now it's 900 time? How does that work for you?
I actually have no idea. Dude, when it's 900 time, you have the feeling, you have the goosebumps, and you get the vibe from the people, you know. So 900 time could be any time.
Well, you're a legend, dude, and it's I feel grateful that I'm here to be around while somebody like you is skateboarding. It's a true honor to see you skate like that. And Huntington Beach, thanks for being so noisy because you helped Gui Khury make that 900. Once again, give it up, everybody, for your champ, Gui Khury.
One of my favorite things about Gui is his passion and fire, but it's tempered with this modesty. Like once it's done, he's not waving the flag that he's the man. He shrinks back down into like a regular 15-year-old kid, as you saw right there.
I love that he said 900 times could be any time.
You got the power from the people, and yeah, Gui, you're used to winning now. Clearly, just the beginning. Again, it seems like yesterday that he was 10, 11 years old, and we're like, oh, that's cute. And we talk about the fact that he was mentored by people like Jimmy Wilkins, like RONY GOMES, and now they're seeing the fruits of their labor in real time. As
He's really changed his competition approach, because before it was kind of all about setting up to do a 9, but now he's doing multiple kickflip 5 variations. He's doing different technical lip tricks. He's got more power, and he adds in some spins.
Yeah, he truly is a student of the game and is learning. And, you know, we take it back to the women who really set the tone earlier with Matsuoka and Reese Nelson. And it's just this next generation, the Gen Z and even the Gen Alpha, as we've seen a couple of kids here that were born somehow after 2012, that this is where the future of vert skating is firmly and powerfully in the hands of the youth. And we didn't know what the vibe would be like bringing this event here to the beach, to the US Open. Amelia, what do you think? Should we come back? Should we make this a thing?
I think we should definitely come back. And I do think it's worth noting that it was such a treat to see KREINER back in.
Yes.
And to end up on the podium. I mean, as you said, to battle it out with these teenagers, it's no small feat these days.
It is a beautiful thing when it's someone who you've just almost kind of gotten used to seeing great clips on Instagram and video parts remind you that, like, I too am him.
That's right.
Well, Amelia, I just want to say that it was a joy to be able to get to call a vert event with you finally. So much fun. Thank you for taking the private jet back from Paris and sitting by my side.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such an honor to sit alongside you and watch the first ever Lexus XGames Vert Pro.
Thank you to our hosts, the WSL, and to everyone in Huntington Beach. We'll see you next time at the XGames.